Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of hermits and crafting. And we are flying over the exterior of the ConCorp Country Club. And in our last episode, we worked on our tennis courts over on the right-hand side. And of course, over here we have our competitive swimming pool to keep up on your cardio down here at the ConCorp Country Club. And it is looking super, super fancy. And let's take a quick land here. And there are a few things added to the pool here. So remember how I talked about I wanted to add a little color to it, so get down some like blues and whites. So I got that up on the blocks. Now over here on stream, we tried a couple different things in terms of lane lines, and rods were a giant failure. If you were there, you witnessed it. But Green showed up and he tried this design here for a lane line. So he's kind of combining a little bit of acacia. You got a little birch action going on there, which very much does look like a lane line. And then this was something I was trying over here, was using carpets above the water. So which one do you guys like better? Do you like the trapdoors or do you like the carpets? I want to see it in the comments right now. Hashtag trapdoors, hashtag carpets. And let me know what we should do for our lane lines here. And of course, we need to fix our little water disturbances. But man, I'm so glad you guys liked the pool and the tennis courts and things along those lines. They were super fun to make. But in today's episode, we are going to be doing the interior of the ConCorp Country Club. And it is something that I have not done for a very long time. And that is actual interior work. And Jelly is currently shaking my monitor from behind. Please, you're distracting me. Thank you. Stop. Okay, go sleep on the router. There you go. But anyway, I'm really excited about this. And we haven't done an interior, like a very highly detailed and immersive thing like this in a very long time. Years, really. So I'm quite excited about this. And yeah, I'm just excited to start building, honestly. So my friends, if you love the Country Club and Hermitcraft series so far, hit that like button. Let's get on with this episode. Our Energizer Bunny has a little friend now. That is the most adorable thing I have ever seen. And before we get to our interior and our decorational work, we need to restock Cherry. As in our last episode, we cleaned the place up, got it looking a lot better, but the stock is still very low. So we'll go through here, we'll grab out all of our diamonds and start restocking this place with all sorts of beautiful and wonderful electronics. Over the weekend on Twitch, we did complete the dead zone of the volcano here. So we've got all this dead coral for palm trees, and of course the edges along the fresh flow that's coming out now. So this place is really, really, really cool. And it was super, super fun to do this on Twitch. And also over the weekend, we hit 50,000 followers on Twitch. So thank you so much for that. You guys are absolutely amazing. And if you enjoy streams, definitely follow over on Twitch if you're not already, because we have some good times over there. We are well underway here to completely restock Cherry. Look at all of those redstone components looking super fancy. So we got a good supply of these. The things we're missing are pistons and glowstone lights, or redstone lamps. What do you call those things? I think they're redstone lamps. I have glowstone, but it's way back at the ConCorp Country Club. But look at all those repeaters and of course, comparators. For somebody who owns a redstone shop, I have no idea what these things are called. We're up here on Shulker Mountain getting all the supplies necessary to restock Cherry. We've got our redstone repeaters, we have our comparators, our observers, our dispensers, and droppers. So the things we still need to do are pistons and what's it called? Glow lights. So we need to get those done. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else we still need to stock? I think this is about it. But one of the things that we've never sold at Cherry is Cherry Care. That's where I go to your redstone contraption. I problem solve, I fix it, I maintain it, you know, because I'm an expert here at Cherry Care. We are the prodigies of redstone. It's a true fact, actually, but we've never sold one. So we need to figure out a way to spur some business. So we'll think about that in today's episode. Cherry Care now welcome you to come down to a local Hermitcraft shopping district near you to purchase all of your computer needs. We are fully back up in stock here, along with our Cherry Care will help you set up, maintain, and organize your red ropes. Please come down now, talk to a prodigy, and see what they can do for you. Let's get started on our main project today, which is the interior of the country club. And this place is looking a little rough around the edges. So what we'll do first is start a basic floor. So that's kind of the start of any good interior. You got to have something to stand on. And from that, we can start segmenting the different rooms off. So where we're standing now is going to be the ConCorp Country Club Pro Shop. So the Pro Shop is where the hermits can come and buy their official ConCorp merchandise for their golfing needs here. So we'll have golf shirts and all sorts of fun things. So the main point of today's episode is really to kind of get into those fun details. Like maybe we'll have shulker boxes as golf bags and just have a ton of fun with it. And then we'll move on to the kind of the main area here. This is where I'm a little bit undecided on what exactly I want to do for this section, but what I do know is that in these corners here, we're going to do locker rooms, and then over here, we're going to have kind of a lounge area, somewhere to kind of sit, look out over the windows of the green. This area right here is a bit of a question mark, but we'll figure that out as we go along. And then this section up here, this right here is going to be the restaurant. So any good country club, of course, has a restaurant, and I think it'll look really nice when we are through. I've done a lot of country club research. So I'm going to be very pleased to see this place all come to be. Now for the floor choices, that's what we need to work on now. And that will be, excuse me, I'm talking with the Scarians. Can you please stop that? Thank you. And we're going to work on getting the floor down. So the floor is going to be oak. And it's going to be strip log, so like a really clean, modern, big plank. So that's going to be really nice for a floor. And then when we transition, say, into the restaurant or the pro shop, we are going to go to a darker wood. So maybe some dark oak, things along those lines in these areas. And it'll give a good contrast between the main area and here. So it really makes you feel like you're kind of traversing the different areas of the pro shop or the entire country club. So I think that's going to be really fun. And I do have some surprises for the floor, some unique designs, which I think are kind of original. So let's start laying down some serious loggage. Welcome back. And we've got the floor in, but it has also led to an issue that we discussed in a previous video, is that this area is slightly higher than the pro shop and the restaurant. Wait, no, that's the restaurant. That's the pro shop. So it's a little bit of a challenge to figure out how to kind of blend this area with the other. Now, on a positive note, this adds, like I mentioned before, a little verticality to the build and keeps things from just being all flat and boring. There's a little bit of traversing you have to do, which is kind of cool. So it's a little bit difficult to figure out how to transition, being that there's no half slabs or stairs for the strip logs, which, may I mention, look very nice. So I'm gonna have to work on that in the back of my brain. So I'm gonna go do a repetitive task. I'm gonna put this area on the back burner and see if I can come up with something as we work over here. So we're just gonna be cleaning up the walls and kind of adding a little bit of fun decoration here, kind of framing the windows. So that's where I started doing that right here with some of our cyan. And I want to mention that if you're interested in seeing how CubFan and I decided, what to do with the green heads, make sure you go to CubFan's video on that. My videos were a little delayed this week and I missed the release for that. And just putting it in my video now would just be kind of repetitive. So definitely go over there. It's a lot of fun to watch, and how we came up with the heads to be distributed amongst the conglomerate. So it was good times. Grian, can we say something nice about Grian here? Green comes up with some really fun ideas, right? Like the headhunt idea. Some of these ideas breathe so much fun, life and energy, and they're just a lot of fun. So I just want to compliment Green on that, because these games have really brought like a whole new thing to Hermitcraft, which I really enjoy. Look at that. The shapes in it are really intriguing, the way they're built in there like that. Fantastic. So these little sections right here are going to be perfect for our displaying of merchandise and things along those lines. So that's going to be really cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do this, moving blocks around and things until I come up with how to blend these two rooms with the main area. Also, we need a locker room. Somebody's got to figure out where that's going to go, because people are going to need to use the bathroom. Do people use the bathroom in Minecraft? Anyway, let me work on this. Taking a quick break from the ConCorp Country Club, we're here in the secret pirate cave and the location of my green head vault. So we built ourselves a fake little nether right under us with this awesome little elevator that takes us all the way down into the nether here. And I think this area came out very natural, and it's even got like fake lava in the, okay, well, lost that piece of netherrack. But we got the lava here to make those sound effects for the video. We have a very subtle amount of quartz, so it's not over the top, but looks very natural. And a little tunnel that leads us out, and of course, just a bit of soul sand to really give that impression we're in the nether. The only thing it's missing is a red mushroom. Or maybe a Bernie block. That's the only thing we're missing in this little area. But yeah, I had fun making this. I think it was quite fun. Anyway, I do have a bone to pick against that green. Even though we had some nice things to say about him in the last clip, he called this elevator right here average. But there is nothing average about this elevator. This elevator is equipped with the potential of holding up to 3 persons. That's right, 3 persons can take this at a time. Second of all, it may have a little difficulty going up with 3 people, but you get the picture. It's quite nice. You just use your ender pearl. Second of all, requires no redstone, may I point out. So it's basically magic. And yeah, I think this required at least a 50-point bump. 50-point bump, I believe. Tell me another elevator that can take people down with 3 people inside of it. You can't. Well, wait, maybe docks. I forgot about docks. Okay, 25 points. All right, I'm sticking to it, 25. Welcome back, and things are looking pretty cool here. I'm liking the way we've built the beams that surround the entire structure. Everything is looking pretty darn awesome. Now, I did have some more plans for the roofs and things like that, but I kind of like the way it is. I love having this little sliver of space above the ice. I think that acts as like a really cool piece of depth that I was not planning on doing. I was just going to run another one of our cyan pillars across there, but I like that. I like that actually a lot. We might change up this area a little bit once we kind of build up a wall and a doorway into the pro shop. And Cub stopped by to give some enrons because I lost all of mine and we're going to need some to light up this place because I do not want another reoccurrence of cherry in here. So small little details that I want to start working on is adding a little bit more color to the build. And by doing that, I want to add a little bit of Vex magic to this back section here of the country club, and just really subtly adding some of these details I think are going to add a whole bunch of detail to it. So let's scaffold down and take a look at that. See, just little things like that are really going to make a big impact here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start building up the display cases for all of the merchandise. So in each one of these little alcoves, we are going to put, the different shirts and things along those lines. And in the center here, we're going to do some, small displays. And then of course the cash register is going to be back here, and we'll have a little cash register, and hopefully we can use some armor stands and things along those lines to really add some life to it. Had to go out and get my 5th statues book from the giant statue in the ocean. That's another thing that I keep on losing. So where we're going to start is expanding this area just a little bit because it will give us room to really build up a proper display case to give it all the room for the armor stands and things along those lines, okay? So then what we can do is grab out our spruce and we can go something like that, and then we'll fill this in and it's going to look really, really cool. And the reason being is we want to expand this side particularly because it'll give us a little bit more room to properly fill in that little niche in the wall. Perfect. So one thing I'd like to do, especially now after working with some of these interiors, is bring back my creative house series. I've been talking about this for years. You guys have been requesting it for so long, and it is finally time to bring it back. I have a house and also kind of like a one-off building series also. These are all things that I finally got ready to go. And our first thing is going to be, once again, another heavily requested build. And that is kind of a tree showcase kind of tutorial. We're going to be doing that very, very soon. And I can't tell you how much those things have been requested to be done. And I'm super excited to finally be able to bring that stuff to you guys. Now, we built this one, right? And I think that's looking decent. But the issue is that I wish there was another place to have another shelving unit like this. Unfortunately, we don't have it because there's this little doorway leading out to the deck. And I'm almost considering removing this so it gives us another shelving opportunity, because there still is access to the decking from this upper level. Would the design be hindered if we were to do that? Man, that's a tough one. I like the door. I think it adds a lot to the build, but I also think it would be better if this area had more shelving options like this, because we're going to be able to put armor stands up here, you know, displaying your finest in golf wear, and that door is not the most useful of things. All right, I'm going to take a little time and think about that. Here's an interesting little building tip. So you know I don't like connected textures. This is my arch enemy of Minecraft after all. We have the cyan and we have the wood and they're seamless across. And I never really like that. I love adding little pieces of depth within any space. So I was trying to think, how can I go around that besides just doing something like that? Because that wasn't really an option. So over here, as you can see, just kind of rotated it across, and it's kind of a lesson in subtlety, right? This very, very subtle little change can make a massive impact, and something you wouldn't really even know, but you know, when you see it now, you're like, oh wow, that right there is a big difference. I wish I had Optifine so I could zoom in, but man, I like that. So hopefully those little tips right there could help you with your own design. We removed the door and I don't think it looks that bad. Now, the best possible solution for design, of course, is to have that doorway like on the right side of the building, but it's also not the worst case to remove it to incorporate a different design for the interior. And I think that's what we're gonna do, but I'd love to hear from you guys if you think that is a good idea. So hashtag poor idea or hashtag good idea. I'd like to hear from you guys. So we've been working out some extra little designs here, and I've added these little cabinets down below. So I think that looks really, really nice. And eventually, of course, we'll get the armor stands up here displaying our different golf merchandise. So we need to work on the central kind of countertops in the middle here. So that's places for more merchandise, and of course over here where you go and you buy it. So I think I'm gonna do something like a so, and I'm gonna slide on over and do, I don't know, something. Oh yeah, it's in line with that block. Okay, so it goes like that. Perfect. So I have had an absolute blast doing this interior, and it just brings back a lot of memories. And those memories, of course, are from our old builds or upgraded builds back in the day, and that I haven't done those nor interiors in a very long time. So when I think about a lot of the stuff that I've worked on for videos, and Hermitcraft has been very organic in nature. So a lot of the season 5 build, like take for instance the community area with the underground area, even the upper area, the shapes that we did were very organic and there wasn't a lot of interior work. And even at our own base where we had our massive, this is going to be a placeholder cash register, by the way. I'm not going to go with that color, but you can see how that's going to kind of frame up. But even our base, we had a giant modern base, but we never got an opportunity to completely finish it. And of course the interiors. So that's why I'm so excited to bring back some of those creative builds, is that it's going to allow us once again to kind of stretch that creative muscle. And yeah, so I think that'll be really, really fun. I'm just so inspired right now. That's why I keep just bringing it up, because I've got so many fun ideas ever since I started working on this that I'm just incredibly inspired and want to go work on those things too. But I got to focus on what I'm doing now. So yeah, we're going to continue to do this. And why I'm going with the dark chocolate for this central area is just to be a bit of a contrast from the floor and the shelvings on the sides. And this connected texture situation is not the most ideal. So once again, I think I'm going to do something like that. Yes, see how much better that looks by doing a little something like that. And then for these upper tops, and the same with the cash registers, let's put a half slab up here of some kind. So I'm gonna go think about that, start getting the armor stands. I'm gonna need a whole lot of leather to do that. So I'm gonna go work on that now. Have a look, Cub. He just asked me if I had any white wool, and whoa, we actually found it. Oh, that's great. I told him, you can have a look through all these boxes for it. And I think he found it in his like first or second try there, but welcome back, guys. And we are just about through on the pro shop. There is still a giant hole in the center of the building. Having some trouble with that. But anyway, not having trouble with this. I think this came out really, really cool. We've got mannequins strutting their best ConCorp golf merchandise. This guy has a club in his hand, a super awesome hat down on the table, and of course I've used the gems for temporary heads, and also mannequins usually have a very nondescript face, so I think it fits fairly well, but I'm thinking about changing it to something else eventually. And of course we got the same thing on this side. He's got his club. He's excited. This guy is like, hole in one. And of course, a neat little golden cap there, you know, for your needs out on the links. You know, the sun's pretty hot out there. You got to have a visor of some kind. And now we have some of our clubs here. And I have never had so many hoes in Minecraft. Like I've made maybe like 10 or 15 of them. I even got some different colored ones. Eventually I'd like to have like some gold ones over here, some like really fancy ones. But yeah, I think these look pretty cool. I would hope to eventually get some additional ones along this side here, but I'm unable to do it because the armor stands keep connecting to these ones. And I mean, I've struggled. I've struggled, believe me. Now, over on this side, we have golf bags. Look at that. Golf bags looking super fancy. And I think that looks great. Now, of course, we have another table with golf clubs here. And I'd like to have another one here now. Oh, and you might be wondering why I didn't go with tridents. Well, I got no tridents. So we're going to go with these. I think they look like a golf club. And I think that they fit the need there. Now, this guy's so sad. I just realized that. He's so sad. He's like me on that one particular hole in the golf course that I've got like 9 like strokes or hits or swings or tries, whatever you call it. That's totally me. This one over here, this guy's winning. This is Cub just like beating me every time. And then some additional ones over here looking really nice. Got a gold hat on this side. We got the cash register here. These are our lights. I love this design using the end rods and of course the bone block at the top, kind of like a lampshade. So I think that looks really fantastic. We are the right distance away now from the windows. I've moved these in by 1, so that makes it so we don't have a glass problem anymore. And flood the green down there and replace all the concrete powder, which happened. Don't tell Cup. Oh man, but I'm really happy with this. Definitely some more things to add, you know, up on these little shelves and things like that. But unfortunately, we got to keep moving down the line here. I've spent about 3 hours with these armor stands, getting them all in good positions and stuff like that. It's a little tricky. I wish it was a little bit faster, right? If you push the button, you could keep pushing instead of reset the book each and every single time. But it's well worth it. I'm super glad we have it because you can do some great stuff with it. So other things might add a skylight up at the top, but for now, I think we're going to be done with here. Oh, we should totally put like Cub or I or somebody in the ConCorp Alliance back there selling the merch. That would be fantastic. But we'll get to that eventually. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do in this center. That is officially what I need to do in my next clip here. So let me work on that a little bit and I'll be right back. Welcome back, and as you can see, there is no longer a gigantic hole in the floor. We've got a floor, we've got this catwalk system, which I think looks really cool. And then once again, this is why I try to always make things a little extra vertical, because it just makes the place way more fun to explore when there's little staircases that take you to this room, and there's another section over here with another room, and just makes you want to explore and see what the whole place has to offer. So I'm happy with that. Now this does cut away our ability to make the locker rooms. So what we're going to do about that is we're going to build them underground here, and it'll give us way more room for showers and toilets and changing areas and all sorts of stuff down there. I think it'll be really, really cool. So we'll do a staircase leading down there. So what do we do with all of this room on either end now? So my envision for these areas is potentially cabinets for trophies for the, you know, the ConCorp Country Club Pro-Am or whatever we're calling it right now that's going on. So whoever wins the tournament can have their, you know, maybe a statue with their head and a trophy next to them or something like that. I think that could be really, really cool in that section over there. So if we lead down to the pro shop, this is a little bit blank down here. So I think we could do a nice sitting area, some chairs, some couches, things to kind of kick back and relax a little bit. And this area, once again, will be a lounge, lots of chairs looking out over the entire area, which I think will be really fantastic. So that's what that's for. And then over here is, of course, the restaurant. This is what we got to start working on and really trying to perfect. So we need tables, we need chairs, and different things along those lines to really give it that restaurant feel. So, that's going to be a little bit to figure out what I want to do with that. Now, for the floor over at the pro shop, I was kind of considering taking a little bit of birch. Oh, I don't have any birch. But if I had any birch, I was positive I put it in my inventory. So what if we did something like this? Made these little designs like that into the floor. I think could look really, really cool potentially. So I'm going to play around with the floor, start getting the the restaurant going. But yeah, things are going well here, and I hope you guys are inspired and enjoying the designs. You stay up there. You stay up there, Bob. Nope, 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 nope. They're coming after me. They're coming after me. That's not fair. Having two of these guys coming after me is unfair. Unsportsmanlike. It's unsportsmanlike. Okay, I think we're good. We'll leave them. One thing I was thinking about also is getting some plants in here. So using some spruce leaves to really kind of add in some of the corners helps fill in empty places in your build. So I'm going to start working on that and continuing to dodge and weave the creepers. Oh, they got me. All right, we're gonna have to work on these upper beams here because they are loving being up there right now and dropping on my head when I'm trying to put some bushes and of course our trophy cases in here. Jeez Louise. So why we can't have nice things. This place is really starting to come out. We have some chairs now. These things maybe are couches. They're a little bit of a hybrid. You know, there's some kind of modern furniture. So that's looking cool. Now in the center here, I've been trying to come up with some kind of fun little sculpture. I tried to have a row of sugar cane across here, but I couldn't make it look good. I might try a little bit later, but down at the end here, we have some really, really nice couches and of course the convex color here for the ConCorp Country Club. Down below here, we've got some nice green couches. And once again, I might change up some of the colors a little bit. These ones might look better in cyan, so we'll see how it goes. But I think this area actually looks really comfortable, just kind of hanging out right next to the pro shop, looking really, really, really cool. And we pop back up here and looking at this, I still think something decorative needs to be in that center, but it's very difficult to do decorative things in Minecraft in a small scale. So if you have any ideas, you let me know about that center area. Now over here, of course, is the restaurant, and we're going to start working on that very soon. But it is really nice to see some decorations finally start to emerge in here to really fill it all in. Also, my unintentional mob farm is pretty crazy under there. Anyway, let's start working on the kitchen and dining room. The ConCorp Country Club interior design is now complete, and let's take a look at it. Oh my gosh, I'm quite excited to show you all the final little details throughout here. And my gosh, clearly it's not 100% done because we're gonna need to carpet the top of these pillars here. And thanks for reminding me, Bob and Stan here. So hopefully we can get that all sorted out. This is not going to end well, I can guarantee you that. So we've got some plants in here, some lights being cast up there, so that helps in this area a little bit. These portions back here are still quite dark, so we need to think of a lighting solution. And it's so difficult to light up things in this game and still keep it aesthetically pleasing. So we'll do our best here. So we'll head down into the restaurant now. Oh, I heard him. Oh, I heard him. Oh, I heard the terrible sound. Yep. Okay. Okay, that one needs to stay where it is. I'm gonna deal with this one. Oh, this sounds so bad. Yep. Oh, my freshly lacquered floor. And like that, all of it is cleaned up except one piece of... Are you serious? You guys can't leave me alone. You can't leave me alone for 5 minutes. Jeez Louise. All right, there we go. We finished off that guy. So I'll need to fix that up a little bit later. And let's continue our tour here. So we'll head into the restaurant. Looking pretty cool. I want to work on a few decorations for these things with armor stands, but I haven't quite come up with what I want to do, so I don't want to rush it. I'll let it a little stew for a little bit longer, but I think everything is awesome. We've got these item frames with actual food inside. We got the cake counter, got the cake over here, just so much cake. Any kind of cake you want in the world, you can get it here. And I love the little touches of Vex magic in this area. I think looks really, really fantastic. And if we head on out, of course, we have our pro shop, which we worked on at the beginning. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, just come over here. Just ruin everything I ever built. Yep, just keep ruining it. Nope, oh, I got you now. Oh, I got you. You are a little too slow. You clearly were Stan. Anyway, moving on inside our pro shop. This area, this is the real beaut. Like, I love this. This came out really fantastic with the armor. Oh, where did you come from? Oh my gosh. The armor stands that took so long to make. That right there stings. I had just finished cleaning it up. This armor stand went down underground and took my pickaxe. So I went down here and another creeper blew up. I don't know even what to say at this point. I really hope it didn't mess with the golf clubs. That literally was my worst nightmare when it comes to Minecraft, especially anywhere near signs or these guys, these armor stands that are very difficult to place, especially the clubs on the table here. But luckily we didn't lose any of those. It took out the entire floor, even all the way around that, but it didn't affect this guy, which was very, very thankful. So we got these guys back up here, not exactly how they were, but I think they look fairly nice. We lost a couple armor stands down there, so there's a few invisible and one visible stand. So yeah, the pro shop. We're going to get all this lit up here. I mean, it looks so cool, right? But it's also incredibly dangerous. And, oh man, I don't even want to walk through here. So scared. Okay, I think everything's safe. So we got a nice seating area, looking good until we fully light it and everything. So yeah, oh my god, I am just at a loss now. I think I need to leave first of all. Oh, Cub's putting some maps in here, which is going to look really, really cool. But anyway, guys, man, okay, we have no rockets either to fly away. This outro has been really, really fantastic. One of my best. Anyway, guys, until next time, I hope you enjoyed today's episode here where we did some interiors for the first time in a long, long time. And I hope you enjoyed and were inspired by them for your own Minecraft builds, of course. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar. It's really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe because you may just become scarred for life.